Hello Internet, welcome back to the Digital Age Monster Club. My name is Mark, and this is Full Play Fraturday in Golden Sun Lost Age. Last time, went through Magma Rock, and got out of Magma Rock. So between that video and this one, I went back and I used an RNG method to get the Broom Blade weapon to drop from one of the lesser demons. And I equipped that on Piers, and now he's doing quite well. Broom Blade's awesome. Anyways, we got the Blaze Synergy and the Magma Ball, and both are necessary for the rest of the story, or to get to the last part. So what you do is you... No, that's not it. Continue, go north up the coast until we get to Loho. That's not the spot. I love the basically infinite synergy on this. It's so useful. It's so useful. There we go. Actually, it's okay. I'll land at the beach just to make sure I don't screw up the game somehow. So yeah, land at the beach. Going to Loho. There's a Djinn. There's a cannon. And these people, you talk to them, and basically, if you can break the wall down, they give you the cannon. So, put a magma ball in it. I believe you need a mind read or talk to someone in town. They mentioned that a hot ball-like object would probably do the trick. But I don't think these three guys, I don't believe, stated directly at all. The other side. Whew. Tough carrying that thing around. Yeah. Trust me, I would love to take a cannon with me everywhere I went. That'd be awesome. I'd be like, oh, you want to cut me off in traffic? Are you sure about that? That is my boat. So they kind of scoot off, and they take the cannon, and they go put it on the boat. Alright, so scoop, and you get a golden core here. Lift, and check the ground. Can't see it where I'm standing, but there you go. Another golden core. So scoop that up. Then climb the vines and come on top of the building, and you get Lull, the Djinn. Lull isn't too bad. How do I say it? For the most part, Lull is more of a desperate situation use type Djinn, where you're basically, you need to stop what's going on in the fight. Like the best use for it is if you either characters are just a lot of characters are down, or one character's down, you really need them back, or you need to heal everybody. So you would set it up so that Lull would go after the action you want to take to give your party a chance to recover, or stop your opponent from moving. So it's a tricky Djinn to pull off right, and it only really has its best use is in boss fights. One in particular, well, actually two, but it pairs very well with what was his name? Eddie? Ryan? The one Djinn we pick up where it hastens Djinn recovery time. So they couldn't dig underneath that hole, and they couldn't climb over the hole, or the wall, I mean. They couldn't dig under the wall or climb over the wall. They had to knock it down. Scale in this game is not always very apparent. So I'll continue going north. And you get to the northern reaches. This way, yes. So take this path, and you will be able to navigate around most of the rocks. Most of the enemies that you'll find in Magma Rock, you'll find here. Or a lot of the enemies, at least. The Phoenix will show up here. So this is not a bad spot to grind in. It's just kind of weird, because you can't really run back and forth at any spot, so... I would still recommend Magma Rock if you wanted to grind at this point in the game. Huge ice wall. There's a cannon. There's a stone wall. I think it will do the ice. If you show up here before you get the cannon, I believe there's just a conversation about. I don't know of any way to get past this ice, and we'll just have to come back at some point. Hooray! And the cannon and magma ball are now useless. You literally use them for just those two spots. The Loho and the northern reaches, I guess is what it's called, or the seawall, proc sentry, whatever you want to call it. That's all you use it for. Kind of funny. So this is procs. Most of the people here are blue. They look like they have elf ears, very pointed ears. Here in the inn, I almost said gin. No, in the inn, there's a potion in the bottom of the inn. Most of the townspeople will talk about either Felix's family or Isaac's family, father, or the lighthouse, or Castigatio, Sateros, Menardi, to some extent, or how they're getting tired of being threatened by the world eroding away from them, eroding closer and closer to them. So. If you lift, you can get to this item on the ground, which is dark matter. There we go. So the river may be frozen over, but it's also snowed over, so you can walk on it until you get to this back part. Then come to the back, you whack into the gin, and when it gets hit by the snow, you scoop it out of there. And Mold joins you. Mold is, I think it's just an attack gin. Strike a foe, yeah. Yep, alright, so yeah, come on. Nothing else here. Oh yeah, and the townspeople also talk about it's, they're used to the cold, but it feels like it's gotten a lot colder. So. Give to B. Give to you. Give to you. Okay. So if you go this way, you'll see that the Jinn was here, and that there is a. I think there is like a pile of snow on top of this cliff outcropping right there. Anyways, if you come over here, you'll get a fun scene. You can't find any trace of them. Venus returns to Prague, set his parents free. There's nothing worthwhile in the house, and those two don't say anything more other than talking about Felix's parents. Yeah, these really don't look like the kind of people that would take hostages. But they did. So I don't really give them much sympathy. Cars could not. It also brings up the question of how did Karstagatia, Saturus, and Minardi get through that ice field when it seems like it was the only way through, especially since they used a ship. Miracle. Turn our hostages to Vale. It's dark. And his men? What men? So they can at least die in their hometown. Ha ha ha. You know, the one Negatio said had killed Saturus and Minardi. Fated fail, stolen sacred treasure, triggered a volcano, treated people like shit, demeaned everyone, did not care who they hurt. Oh, and also did not bother trying to explaining is, no, we need to do this to save the world, jerks. To his doom. Also brings up the question of how Karst and Negatio, who are fire users, or fire element users, made it through Mars Lighthouse when there's fire, wind, earth, and water element puzzles in there. Light the lighthouse. Light the lighthouse. You need to have the Mars Star. Negatio and Karst have the Mars Star. Get the Mars Star. Wow, heavy-handed, huh? So, lighthouse over here. And the end of the world over here. This is a void with, like, static discharge, plasma charges just flying around through the air as the ground erodes beneath you. So, come to the lighthouse, and let's see what was. Yes, chest. Apple. Okay, and now inside. So there's going to be a lot of ice inside here. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But it does make movement a little difficult. So check the chest and you get a mimic fight. Just lob the hell out of him. Right. There we go. Oh, love that. Awesome. Got a cookie! If you try going straight up these stairs, you'll just have to come back down eventually, so... This way, and you find this giant block of ice. Come around, go past the dragon head. A long way around, because you can't jump over small blocks, or climb over them. Jack. This lighthouse has some really interesting music. It does sound like it's trying to be played in the middle of a snowstorm. They got that right. And at this part of the game, before finishing the first part of the lighthouse, this is actually not a bad place to grind for leveling or money. Eyes poking out through the floor. So you're supposed to figure this out based on just the appearance of this object, but you grind the top of the ice to crack it. It's not really that apparent. I would have more expected a small cutscene of, hey, do you think we could treat this like those rocks we found in the ocean? And I was like, oh, you mean grind it? Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, they didn't do that. I expect a lot of people who did not have guides were very confused at that part. Firebird, which is 5,838 experience points, which is why this is a better grind point now than Magma Rock. Round, over, down. So you come through here, cracks in the rock, or the ice. So let's burst the hell out of it. And it breaks, so you go through. And look, that looks familiar. So a teleport circle. So up here, another teleport circle and a chest. Can't reach just yet. I think that's it. Yes, that is it. Okay, so skip the first doorway, because it's basically a ledge system here. So this is honestly the most annoying part of Mars Lighthouse, I think. You have to move the statue along the way, or all along your path. You might as well, you should just use move for it, because as when you use the move Synergy, it stops time of stops the movement of the moving fire-breathing heads. Which buys more time than trying to run it straight down otherwise. Or the other way. Keep in mind that if you move the statue while it is in front of the fire-breathing head, the fire will immediately kick you off the ledge unless you're right here. In which case, you would be safe. Come here. Whoop. And once the statue is here, you are now able to traverse this hallway safely, or that ledge system safely. Okay, like that. Whoop. And da-da-da. Okay. So now, just ahead. Excellent. There's a head here. And a ton of ice I can't get past. Well, gee, this looks familiar. So blaze, and I skipped right past that, but yeah, it starts a fire, sets up a synergy reaction, the head shoots out a giant fireball. Lucky that ain't shooting at us, right? That'd be horrible. Alright, come into this room and you can grab a chest. Or a halcyon, which is lovely. Give to you. Okay. Alright, so now set pound to a shortcut and take note of the fireball flying past your face, which continuously hits the wall and does not break it. So, go up one side and then go up the other, and pound away the pillars. And you will be able to clear safe spots from the insanity. You can do 2 at a time, but be quick and do not stop. If the fireball does hit you, it doesn't do a massive amount of damage, but it will send you right back to the start of that area. Just like the fire from the ledge puzzle that we just did. It won't, like, kill you, even though it kind of should. Anyways, and for this room, it wasn't really immediately apparent, but it's because this statue was on ice rather than the regular floor over there. You can scoot around. So scoot around, and you get to Mercury Gym. Blitz, round, ale, scorch. Petra, Sour, and Char. Felled for 1,000 experience-ish. And you get Balm. Revive all downed allies. pretty awesome. Yes, Eddie's the one that's put up Junior coverage. Alright, so then go north. Go up the stairs. Drop down here. Opens the chest. Teleport Lapis! Congratulations! You have picked up the last Synergy imbuing item in the game. And, you are now free to go check out the optional dungeons. Using teleport only works on the circles. So, now, go back up, go to previous ice path that I completely neglected. Which is this thing right here. Ta-da! Okay, use your Blaze Synergy. Hey, look, another first ice spot. So, return to that spot. This way. Carrots. Now get up that hallway. And this looks like there should be something here, so why don't we just go ahead and... oh, there it is. So teleport. And you get up to this spot. Okay. How do I say it? If you hit that button, you start a sequence. It would help to have pound still attached to your shortcut. But come up here to get Valkyrie Mail, which is actually really good armor. It's very strong. Meant for guys only. How is your defense that? It's not my endgame armor, but it'll work if you don't want to do armor/weapon drops from monsters plus or forgeable item weapon and armor lineups. That's my endgame, is all that stuff. If you walk this path at the bottom, you will be able to figure out how you need to get through. So, I'm gonna save just these. So drop and just start running. You do have time to make a few mistakes, like maybe 2 or 3, but not much more than that. And the head does follow a path and has those U-shaped drops every once in a while. So it's completely possible to use pound on every pillar in there and still get through. You do need to run though. Alright, you might be tempted to just jump into that teleport circle. You can. You're gonna end up in the same spot eventually, but more prudent to go this way first. and block it. Now, if you go down here, you'll see that that's the drop-off point for that fire-breathing head. Yes, the teleport circle drops you right in front of that head as soon as a fireball spits out. There's no way to time that. None at all. It's scripted so that once you teleport, it basically activates, and you have like less than a second, and then it just hits you and knocks you off the edge. So not terrible. Do not just jump straight over that. That's what happens. Slide on the ice, you fall down into this very empty basement. Okay, now up. Here. Up. And stand on the platform. Do not try and go on the ice to get the chest. So you get the Soul Blade, the legitimate one. Give that to Felix, because Isaac has the other one. Yes. Oops. Give to... Yes. Okay. So now, to get off the platforms, or back to something decent, you have to fall down. Alright. Now just take the regular platforms straight south. Hallway. Follow the weird hallway again. Hey look, a bunch of ice. Come up, and you'll see a... Yeah, you're not dreaming. There's 2 dragons trapped in that ice. Apple, Arkansas, Soul Blade, Blood-Free Mail... Crystal, Mercury Gem... Mars... Oh! I forgot about the Mars Gem. I'll get that. Alright. So use Blaze, you'll burst the ice, or create a crack the ice, use Burst, and you start a fight. You got Flame Dragon and Flame Dragon, one's bigger than the other. You should probably be clued into what the hell this is already. And my party is set up for a very defensive style Jin battle, so that is what I will be doing. Agility, resistance, and attack. Jin Fest. The Flame Dragons have a habit of unleashing some fairly powerful synergies, so you do need someone to heal. Almost like every other turn at least. Let's see, agility, defense. Shade. Come on, jerks. Okay, now let's do... Okay. I recommend that if you're going to start attacking them, or if you are going to attack them, do so and hit both of them an equal amount of times. Just so that they both get down at the same time. Resistance. Cold, yes. lord. If I hadn't raised my resistance, it'd be going a little bit worse. Poison, definitely. Flower. Freeze. Defense. There we go. Oh, come on, damn it. That's the one problem, is that some of the better bosses have break, which will reset all your boosts. So all that's defense, agility, attack, and resistance I just did has just been undone. It really flipping sucks. Okay, so start summoning, so do that, and do that. Flash, Eclipse, a lot of damage, Eddie, Gem Cover, Boreas, it's very fun, a lot of damage, Genfest, glad I used Eddie, Rising Dragon, good amount of damage, only 28, really? I was not expecting that. Synergy, Defense, Return, okay. Alright. This would be an okay spot to use Lull if you wanted to, because that would give you... It would stop them from doing anything, it would stop you from doing anything, but it would give your Jin... You get 1 Jin per character, 4 more Jin, almost immediately, and you would not lose anything out of it. Repeat the process. No, not yet. Nova. Jerk. Oh, it should clue you in is the dragons recover 4 synergy each. Per turn. Just as Jenna recovers 4 synergy each. Or 4 synergy per turn. Jen, would you stop with that? Okay. Eclipse. Parties. There we go. Crystal from that fight. They transform into... Wait a minute. I know you stupids. You uglies. You no values. Horrible peoples. Must hurry. If you delay. Can't even stand in the cold. Why am I so cold? You're supposed to be immune to the cold. Well, you... Townspeople said that you felt it anyways. Further. The eye. The eye. What eye? Illusion. Felix, is that you? Yeah, no. No. don't think there's ever been a point in my life when I've been as drained of energy as they say they have been. There have been, you know, workouts or exercises or games or whatever when I was a kid when it was just, you know, like, you know, finally over and get up. Or you just fall down at the end, but not to the extent that they talk about. Wish to reach the heavens, give your star to me. Are you sure? Alright, so reset your Jin, heal the party. If you leave the room, they disappear. Something I found out. So use the Mars Star, which is in the mithril bag. And the head basically sets the place on fire. Melting all the ice in this room with the lava. Except only some of all the ice. Which is really like only what's convenient. So yeah, this is now lava. Regrettably, all the ice in this place does not melt, which very disappointing. Oh yes, and might as well just teleport, or not teleport, retreat. Yes. Okay, go back inside. Hasn't really changed too much now. Let's see, how was I supposed to? Ah, yes, you get this lights. So now go burst that. And this is now cleared up, so you can get from one spot to another more easily. You never do light that head. I don't remember. Okay. Of course not. Man, it'd be nice if all that ice melted because of the heat from that lava. Ah, here we go. Jin. And of course it has to fight with you. So treat it as the others. Scorch. Use Petra, Sour, Sharp. This gives you Fugue, which should be, hang on, fatigue your foes to drop their synergy. If I remember, it doesn't actually do real damage, but it does. Whoops, it does knock off like 10% of your enemy's synergy points, or something along that line. All right, so 1, 2, and 3 Jin remain. Those are all in 3 of the optional dungeons. 1 in each. And there's only like 2 chests left, I think, in this lighthouse. Come up here. If you came up this way before, you had the Mars Stars. The Mars Star, this would have been, the lava blows would have been ice. And this dragon head would have said, you don't have the star, get out of here, basically. And set the 4 spirits aflame. Yeah, and before this point, if you came up here, these would have been solid walls. You would not, there would have been no doorways here. So you have Dragon down there for fire. You have Man here for earth. These look like those pictoglyphs from South America. Fish for water, and bird for wind. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and retreat out of here and return to Crocs. So those people are still standing there. Everyone is exactly as you left them before you went into the lighthouse. It's kind of ridiculous. Where is the shop? Here it is. Okay. Yeah. So you can buy vials and mist potions now. And this is, I got very concerned the first time I saw it. I thought the game had glitched. That's 1 for 9,000, 21 for 189,000. Let's see, who has the vials? Who had the vial? You had the vial. Rats. As far as what artifacts the shop has, none of them are better than what you currently have. You can sell a magma ball for 600 coins and clear up some inventory space. And buy back at any point, but you won't need it. Kind of like the Sea God's Tear. Lucky metal I won't be using again. Won't be going back to Lemuria. I believe it's, what is it? This, no, not the Swift Sword. What is it? Silverblade, yeah. Yeah, the shop continues to give out decent artifacts, but in this game, as opposed to just Lost Age, it just doesn't keep up quite as well. Especially if you're going back to the Yalom to reforge stuff and you're getting the best stuff you can out of it. So, yeah, there's nothing that I want anymore. No. Alright, so that. Alright. Okay. Well, going to be a little bit shorter. However, between this video and the next, I'm going to, now that I have access to all the optional dungeons, I also have access to all the endgame items that I want, which is the monster drops, I mean. Because you have to use all 4. For the setup that I want, I have to use all 4. So I will do that before I release the next video. And then we'll do the Lighthouse Ascent, and that will be it for Lost Age. Because that is the end of the game. And it makes me sad. But that's it for this video. So thank you for joining me. And hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you come back for more. But until that happens, as always, take care.